Hello and welcome into the Piles of Paragraphs creative space. I'm Lori, and today I'm going to start work on a journal made from a legal size file holder. I love the paper these are made out of, so I thought this would make a fun journal. I'm going to fill it with vintage documents and stuff. So that's what we're going to work on now, or what I'm going to work on. And hopefully you'll find it interesting and want to join in with me. That would be great. So I've started with legal size file holder, the ones we used to do paper files, hang them in the hang in a file drawer by these little metal bits. I've taken the little metal bits out. Easier in some than in others. This one was quite easy because it had come loose before and someone had stapled it to hold it in. So these are, let's see, how long is this? Let's see, is it more than 14 inches? I guess it is more than 14 inches, so it's about 14 and a half inches, which I guess would make sense since our legal paper here in the United States is 8.5 by 14, so it's about a half inch or so longer than legal paper would be. And I didn't want mine quite this long, so I decided to shorten mine to be, let's see, what did I do, 11.5 inches? Yeah, 11.5 inches. So that way an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper would fit in there flat, but it wouldn't be quite so big and unwieldy as the 14-inch. Although I think that'd be kind of fun. I've got some big books that might be fun to do a 14-inch high cover. Ooh, easy for me to say, not so much. Okay, so I measured down to 11.5, and then I scored the file holder and folded everything up. And I decided that I wanted to have a couple of pockets on the inside of the cover, and then I also want to have kind of a little tuck spot on the outside of the cover. I like this little feature here with the holes, and so I wanted to keep that. So also I wanted it to be more than just where the fold was. So I went out to, let's see, what is this, about an inch? A little more than an inch, I think. Yeah, right about an inch. I made myself a 1-inch spine so that I have room to put more in. I don't know if I'm going to do 1 or 2 signatures at this point. I'm thinking about 2 signatures, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes when I'm putting it together. Okay, so scored this, folded it up, decided to trim down here. So I trimmed down the inside at a little bit of an angle and then folded this to the outside. Seems to be got a little space there, and this one is a little bit angled, but not as much as this side. And I did the same on the other side. And then I took a piece of, what is this? Like Tim Holtz Distress cardstock. So it's like, it's heavier than like his regular papers, but not as heavy as, let's say, the back of a tablet or notebook kind of a thing would be. So it's just a little bit stiffer because it's a little soft. So I glued that in. I still had this flat from down here, so to give it a little extra strength, I just went ahead and folded that up and glued it over. And so now I want to do, I think we'll start with these on the outside. Wait, clips. because I think my art glitter glue has decided it doesn't really want to stick things down anymore. So let me do this, put this under here. Oh, I know what I want to do. I think I want a little narrow strip of paper there to give this just a tiny bit more give, because that's a pretty small pocket. So I'm going to do just a couple strips of, what have I got handy? Kind of a lightweight cardstock. Let's see, what have I got over here? Here we go. I had some strips. So let's see. How long I need to make these. I think I'll make them right about 3 inches for down this edge. And then I think the strips are about 1 inch, a little less than 1 inch. Let me get my paper trimmer out. And these are a very different color than the file holder, but I don't mind that. So I'll go ahead and do this. Cut these 3 inches long. Get 3 out of 1 strip, and then I'll need 1 more. I'll have to decide if I want to put a little I can't think of the word now. Oh. And where's my little scorer? I don't know where I moved it to. Oh, I've got my big scorer here. This is kind of big for this part of the process, but it will work. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to fold them in half because they're not quite 1 inch and I don't want to do the math. So let's go ahead and just fold these in half. Gusset. That's what that's called. It's called a gusset. Sorry, my brain is just kind of all over the place today. Oh, I think I just jumped right in and didn't even give you a proper greeting. I hope everyone's doing well and has had a chance to do something creative today or this week. I know it's kind of a hectic week with the holidays and all the other festive events going on. It is nice for me to get back into my creative space and do some videos today. I miss it when I don't do it. Okay. Of course, I folded these terribly. And they're probably a little wider than they need to be, but let's see which direction do I want to put them down. Okay, all right. Let's try this part again. Just over here. Grab a couple of these. And let's see, do I want them? Oh, hard for me to get a hold of. Let's see. Do them like that. Yeah, I think they'll be okay. Just have to make sure I get whatever I put in there over the little lip of this when I put it in. So our glitter glue. Lock this edge. Some along this edge. And this is a lightweight cardstock that I'm using, but definitely doesn't have to be. It could be just piece of paper, I think probably even printer paper would probably work. That's going to give it just a little bit of give. Oh, good. Okay. So let's do this one. My art glitter glue seems to be holding pretty well now. I was using it earlier and it didn't seem to want to stick things together. Oops. I'll have to make sure I don't glue this little pocket shut because I dropped that in there. That up. Push this down. Take this skewer and run along in there to make sure I don't glue the pocket shut. It's gonna hold. I may have spoken too soon. Let's put that little clip on there. Okay. And this one, I'll be smarter about how I do it, and I'll glue it to this part first and then glue it to that. It won't be so tricky to get in there. You can tell I haven't made any pockets for a while. I haven't made a journal for a while either. That's one of my goals for 2025 is to make lots more journals. I hope to make like a journal a month, but that might be a little over ambitious. Of course, this is a relatively simple journal to make, so it will go together much more quickly than, let's say, one of my piano hinge journals or okay. That'll work. Now I'll put the glue on this part. And on this part. Hold it down and grab my. This is quite a few layers of the file holder there. Put the pin back in the glue bottle. Sorry for my arm being there in your face. Okay, so now we've got those on there. When I do the inside ones, I think I will just glue down. What do I want to put? A little gusset in there as well. I think I do. But let's not do the cardstock again. Let's see, what else do I have here as far as paper that I could use. Well, I moved everything around, so I don't really have any paper just laying around. Let's see. What can I use? Well, I think I'm going to use these again. Do I have another one? My little short one. These need to be 3 inches. At least they should, shouldn't they? Because they were the same. Oh, they came from the same, let's see. Not white enough. Okay. wish I knew where I put my tools. Okay. Well, I'll just eyeball these again. The fun thing about this kind of a journal too is it doesn't need to be really precise, which is, you know, my favorite thing, to make things that are just a little bit more free-flowing and not lots of measuring and making sure things are exactly the same, that kind of stuff. Okay. Just want this to have enough of a gusset to, let me put some little bit, probably not even thicker things, probably just a few more things in this for the pockets in the cover. Okay. Oh, I didn't need 4 of those. I only needed 2, didn't I? Well, there we go. Now I have extra ones. I forgot I wasn't going to put a gusset on both sides because I am not going to glue down the center part. I should round that corner, though. Do I have my corner rounder handy? Goodness. Nope. Things have gotten all moved around. There it is. There it is. The chomper actually might be better than that. Let's see, since this is not square, is that gonna work? Yeah, do the 1/2 inch. There you go. Not perfect, but okay. It'll do. 'Twill do. Just kind of wanted to take off that point so it didn't catch on everything. Okay, oh, now I have little bits everywhere. Put the glue out again. I will tell you, our weather is not at all what I would expect for the end of December, beginning of January. It's been quite warm. Oopsie. It's gonna make it more narrow. Scoot it over closer to the fold. My baby wipe that is surprisingly still damp since I was using it earlier today. That's good. There we go. I'll put glue on this side. Just a little bit of give. That's good. Seems like I always put pockets in the covers of my journals. I just really like that feature. Of course, I love to tuck things into a journal. Probably more than I like to write in them, because I really don't journal much at all. But to make lists and that kind of thing. Oh, that's a little crooked. Well, actually, it's straight, but I cut that at an angle and forgot. Oh, righty. Down. Oops. Let's get the pin back in my art glitter glue. go. Are these going to hold? There we go. Anyway, like that. So there's the front cover. There's the inside flaps with little pockets. Of course, you could also, if you wanted to, you could fold them over like that. But I want to fold them to the inside. So there's the cover for the journal. Well, let's look and see what I've got here for things to include. I did make a little pocket out of 3-ring binder pockets. I haven't decided if I want to sew it in that way. Probably at some point in one of my signatures. And if I do 2, maybe I'll make another one because I've got another pocket I could do that with. This was just very, very lightweight cardstock pockets that I had found at, I think they probably came from a charity shop or from the Art Resource Center, but they're just really, really lightweight. They're not heavy at all, so they won't add a ton of bulk or weight, but they will make it nice, a nice deep pocket to put things in, and light enough weight to have some give to it. Then I found some cardstock that I wanted to use up, and I really like the map, but I am not crazy about the letters on the inside, so I haven't decided yet if I'm going to glue it shut and make a pocket out of it, or if I'm going to cover it with something. But this is pretty heavy cardstock. It's I don't know what weight it is, but it's pretty heavy. Then we have this one, and I like both sides of this one, so I will sew this one into one of the signatures and probably use this as a tuck. So there's a couple of things I've thought about. I've got some coffee dyed paper that I want to use. I'm also going to use some straw paper. But I'll leave the creation of the signatures till next time. Oh, I know what I wanted to share with you. Got some really cool vintage bits that I want to use. Oh, sorry for the crinkling. I went through some of my stuff that I had and pulled out some things, some checks and receipts and things, so they'll all be part of this. But once again, we'll leave that till next time. So here we go. Here's the beginning of the file holder journal. So it's kind of traveler's notebook style, but I'm not going to put the brads in the sides to hold it. So thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and make a comment if you like, subscribe if you haven't yet, and I hope you will join me again in the future, and I will say bye-bye for now.